Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, 7th grade math, section 3.3, solving equations using addition or subtraction lesson. Pause while you write the lesson number and title in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is students will formalize the process of solving equations using the addition and subtraction properties of equality. Copy the following key ideas and definition into your math notebook exactly as they appear. Two equations are equivalent equations if they have the same solutions. The addition and subtraction properties of equality can be used to write equivalent equations. Addition property of equality. Adding the same number to each side of an equation produces an equivalent equation. In algebra, that looks like this. If A equals B, then A plus C equals B plus C. Subtraction property of equality. Subtracting the same number from each side of an equation produces an equivalent equation. If A equals B, then A minus C equals B minus C. Today we'll be beginning on page 98 of your red textbook. Example 1, solving equations. Letter A, solve x minus 5 equals negative 1. So we write the equation, that's always our first step, and we look at our number that is with the x, because our goal is always to get x by itself because we're solving for x. And we see that it has a minus or a subtraction sign in front of it, so we want to undo the subtraction. So we use the inverse operation. So we use our addition property of equality and we add 5 to both sides. So x minus 5 plus 5 equals just an x on the left, and negative 1 plus 5 equals a positive 4 on the right. So after we've simplified, our solution is x equals 4. Letter B, we're solving z plus 3/2 equals 1/2. So we write the equation, and now we're looking at the sign that's in front of the 3/2, and we're subtracting 3/2 from both sides. So we're using our subtraction property of equality, and we simplify, and we end up with a z on the left, and 1/2 minus 3/2 equals negative 1, so our solution is z equals negative 1. Now we're going to do the on your own problems 1 through 3 together. Please follow along and do these in your notebook with me. Number 1, p minus 5 equals negative 2. So we look at the sign before the negative 5, so it's a minus sign, so we're going to use our addition property of equality, and we are going to add 5 to both sides. So p minus 5 plus 5 equals just p on the left, and negative 2 plus 5 equals 3. So p equals 3. W plus 13.2 equals 10.4. So we look at the sign in front of the 13.2, and we're using our inverse operation, so we are subtracting 13.2 from both sides, and we end up with a W on the left and a negative 2.8 on the right. And then number 3, we have x minus 5/6. So we look at the sign in front of it. We're going to use the inverse operation. So we're adding 5/6 to both sides. That's a 5. It's a little messy. So 1/6 plus 5/6. So we end up with an x on the left and 4/6 on the right. And if we simplify that, we have a 2/3, so x equals 2/3 on the left. We're going to move on now to page 99, example 2, writing an equation. A company has a profit of $750 this week. This profit is $900 more than the profit P last week. Which equation can be used to find P? Let's skip our choices for a moment and look down at the words that are color-coded. It says the profit this week is $900 more than the profit last week. So it took out some of the extra words and just gave us the important words. So in an equation, the profit this week, so they tell us that the profit this week is $750. So we have that. Is, when we see is, that's always equal $900. And they tell us that the profit is $900. So that we're using the variable P, $900 more than, so that would be a plus sign, the profit last week, which was $900. So the equation is $750 equals P, which is used for the profit last week, plus $900. So the correct answer is B, $750 equals P plus $900. Now we're going to do the on your own together, so as always, write this down in your math notebook. You need to write down the problem and the solution. A company has a profit of $120.50 today. This profit is $145.25 less than the profit P yesterday. Write an equation that can be used to find P. So remember that P is yesterday's profit. So let's take this apart the same way we did in the example. So today's profit is $120.50. And they tell us that this profit is, and remember that is an equal sign, $145 less than the P profit yesterday. So yesterday's profit, which is the big P, minus, so less than, and I have to go to a new line, and it's less than 145 and 25 cents. So if we put this into an equation, it looks like this: $120.50 equals P minus 145.25. Let's take a look at example 3, a real life application. The line graph shows the scoring while you and your friend played a video game. Write and solve an equation to find your score after level 4. You can determine the following from the graph. So the words are your friend's score. So if we look at your friend's score, that's in blue, is 33 points less than your score. So they show that on the graph right here. And I'm going to undo that so we can see the rest. And it says, let S be your score after level 4. So an equation, your friend's score is minus 8, so that's the Y in the ordered pair, equals S, which is your score, minus 33. So negative 8 equals S minus 33. So we wrote our equation, and then we want to solve it, so we have to add 33 to both sides, and then we simplify it, So we get 25 equals S. So your score after level 4 equals 25 points. From the graph, your score after level 4 is between 20 points and 30 points, so 25 points is a reasonable answer. So we're going to do the final on your own. Be sure to write the question and how to do it in your math notebook. What if you have negative 12 points after level 1? Your score is 27 points less than your friend's score. What is your friend's score? So I have written this out in words. Your score is 27 points less than your friend's score. So your score is negative 12. Is the equal sign. We're going to let F be your friend's score. Less than is minus, and your friend's score is 27. So we've written our equation. Negative 12 equals F minus 27. So now we just need to solve it. So let's write this out so we can use it. Negative 12 equals F minus 27. And then we need to look at our 27 and the sign in front of it, and we want to get that F by itself, so we're going to add 27 to both sides. And when we do that, the F is by itself because negative 27 plus 27 equals 0, and negative 12 plus 27 equals 15. So you have, or your friend has, 15 points. As always, to complete this flipped lesson, you need to be prepared with the notes, vocabulary, and any other work from the flipped lesson completed, and any questions you have for your teacher, and as always, have a good attitude.